some things happened. My freshman year, I'm playing shortstop, and I dived for a ball in the 6 hole and bust my shoulder and ended up getting season-ending surgery right then and there, and came back last year before season and was rehabbing my arm and my shoulder and getting stronger again, and went into last season, and we had a good season. We ended up making a regional last year, and I was just thinking, like, what's best for my career after the season ended, and had some talks with my family and my advisor and the coaching staff at Arizona State, and I decided that leaving was my best option. So, I opened up my recruitment, and I already knew, Max Knight from, high school because we grew up together in Tulsa, so kinda knew of each other, and I met with him, and, he was like, "Yeah, man, this is, like, a sweet place to play baseball, and Joey Hawkins is a beast, and he knows what he's talking about, so you might as well just give him a phone call and see what happens." So, I got on the phone with Hawk, and I felt like there was a connection there because he was a shortstop, I'm a shortstop, so kinda knows what he's talking about. So, I was, putting them at the top of my list because it's closer to home for one, and for two, I already know somebody that's in that program and knows how he runs things, and it's always nice when your head coach is, an ex-shortstop, so
I feel like back at Arizona State, what do you think the highlight of your experience, as a Sun Devil was?
Willie Bloomquist pushed us to, hold that standard of, playing the best that you can every single day and being a beast, and at the end of the day, trying to get your name on that All-American wall that we have in the little tunnel going into the locker room, but, yeah, just the highlight was just being able to play in Tempe, I feel like that's a pretty hot spot for baseball, and just being there for 2 years, I could see how much baseball means to, like, people that grew up in that area, and it was just pretty fun to see how differently they treat themselves over there than people over here in the Midwest, Um, but yeah, just playing in the Pac-12 was pretty cool as well. I got to do that my freshman year, and then we moved to the Big 12 last year, obviously, and then, yeah, that was fun playing those schedules, traveling, and just being a part of that program.
You had some legendary middle infielders at Arizona State. Did you get to meet any of those guys in your process in the few years? I have to imagine that alone. I'm just seeing the names on the wall. You're talking about some of the best people ever to play in the middle of the infield, being alums of AZ State.
Oh, yeah, well, my senior year of high school, I just decommitted from Oklahoma, and, I was opening up my recruitment and went out to Arizona State on a visit, and my host on my visit was Luke Keeschel. So, him seeing, like, how he works and him talking about, like, Arizona State made me really excited to go there in the first place, but, after watching him play his junior year there and then watching him see what he's done in the minor leagues and ended up making his debut this year was really cool. Steven Ondina, he was the other shortstop my freshman year, and he was a transfer from FIU, from Puerto Rico, really smooth infielder, so I'm really glad I got to watch him, take ground balls and make some cool throws and plays on the run and stuff like that, so it was fun to watch him. My roommate was Ethan Mendoza, he's at Texas now. Um, he's been a big part of their lineup for the last year. And then last year, Matt King and Kyle Walker, they're both transfers. They both ended up getting drafted in, I think, the 8th round, but, just being around those guys makes me wanna be a lot better, we push each other each and every day, and, if we don't have our best stuff, then, somebody else is gonna be there, like, telling you, "Hey, like, you gotta bring your best stuff every day or you're gonna get left behind," So I feel like that part of it was really nice knowing that, I gotta push myself every day if I wanna get better, you know?
Do you think those 2 years of playing with, I don't wanna say behind 'cause you started a number of games, but playing with those guys really helped shape the player you are right now at Mo State?
I think it does for sure play a factor. One thing that I learned the most about last year was watching Matt King play, and you didn't know if he was 0 for 4 or 4 for 4 that day. Like, He always was always the steady Eddie, type guy, made the routine plays. Um, he was a team guy first, so anything to do to help the team win, move a runner, hit a sac fly, lay down a blind, do the things that, winning baseball is supposed to be played. Yeah, one thing I learned from him was just, keeping a steady mindset. You're gonna get 4 or 5 ABs a day, so just forgetting about what happened the day before, even if you hit 3 home runs, like, those 3 home runs aren't on today's scoreboard. You gotta go out and play your best every single day and keep a open and free mind.
No doubt. It's a great lesson to carry with you, as you head into this season. And I have to imagine another valuable lesson, and this is a valuable thing for your Major League Baseball resume for the future that came out of all these last few years is you were utilized as a utility player more, which as annoying as that might be as a person that wants to play shortstop every day, when you're talking to MLB teams, now they know you've got the versatility at a number of other positions that you maybe wouldn't have had the chance to get some riffs at.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like when people are recruiting, they're always looking in the middle of the field, looking for your catchers, your shortstops, your center fielders, and I fall into that category as a shortstop. But yeah, I mean, last year, New Contradas was our third baseman to start the year, and he ended up getting hurt. So I mean, Bloomquist came up and asked me if I wanted to play short or wanted to play third, and I told him I just wanted to play. So I moved over to third at the end of last season. I have a couple starts at second base. I feel like as an infielder, you should be able to, you know, be comfortable fielding ground balls from both sides of the bag, also turning double plays from both sides of the bag. Um, that's what we do here at Missouri State is, you know, our guy. I mean, I feel like the majority of my ground balls at practice are from shortstop, but whenever we're doing double plays and stuff, we're always flipping both sides of the bags because as you'll see as you watch us this year, I feel like we're gonna be shifting in the infield a lot more than I'm used to. So sometimes I'll be playing shortstop, but I'll be on the second base side of second base just because a left-handed hitter's up. So I gotta learn how to turn double plays from my third baseman that's playing shortstop at the moment, and I'm playing second base, and I gotta turn a double play from that side of the bag. So learning different stuff and the timing and everything and how that works has been really fun.
It's been nice to listen to all your teammates I've talked to so far, to Brock, I talked to, Caden, and, everyone now calls you the team shortstop. That's gotta feel pretty good heading into the season that you kinda are in a place now, though, that you know you are the guy and you're gonna be penciling the lineup every day at shortstop heading forward for the Bears.
Oh yeah, it feels amazing. I felt like I mean this is gonna be my first year being in the lineup every single day, and me and Hawk have had conversations about it. He feels like I'm gonna hit no matter what, but he thinks the thing that I need to focus on the most is how I am mentally, and it's gonna be tough going out on Friday and playing against Ole Miss, and say I have a bad day on Friday, not taking that game into the next day, because I'm gonna be a big part of this lineup. So doing being locked in for every single at bat this season is gonna be really huge for me. But yeah, we have a lot of good players in the middle. Me, Gabe Wrestler, transfer from Milwaukee, Logan Fife, Bryce Sermonelli from Central Arkansas. So we're gonna be a pretty stacked lineup this year.
If you look at this past fall and early spring, what is it about most state that's made that the right place for you to take your game to the next level? Because I'm just guessing, but based on what I've heard from your teammates, it seems like your game is probably in a better place right now than it's ever been heading into the season.
Yeah, I would say that this is the most confident I've ever felt going into a season. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit older or if it's because my game's just getting a little bit better, but Hawk really instilled a lot of confidence in me early on. Even in this past summer, I was scuffling a little bit, and he's like, "Listen, dude, you don't have to worry about any of your stats. Like, I know you can play, you can play. You just need to go out there and trust it." And showing up on campus this fall and him, teaching us or teaching me the way that Missouri State plays the game and how they swing the bat and how they want me to perform offensively has really feel like we've really linked up because that's kinda how I wanna play the game, and he's teaching the way that I like, so kinda makes it easy for me to just, like, take a deep breath and sit back and be like, "Okay, well, I don't have to press on anything now, I can just go out and play." So, me and Hawk have been really dialing in my swing, and feel like I'm in a good spot to start the season, so it's gonna be really exciting.
Your driving distance to Tulsa and Springfield. Do you think being back home has also made an impact in your on the field performance?
I feel like, whenever I went to Arizona State, I felt like it wasn't that bad, but I didn't really notice how bad it was until I came back here, like, having the comfort of having a full week of practice and getting in my car after Friday practice and driving home and seeing my parents and eating a home cooked meal is always nice. I feel like that just mentally, it just takes off some pressure and lets me, relax and know that I am at home and, even just driving down the road and seeing a bunch of cow pastures and no mountains and palm trees or anything, it just feels like I'm at home for sure.
When you look back at your Mo State journey when you're done, what is the legacy that you want to leave as a Bear?
I would say I actually told Hawk this. I want to be known as the best shortstop in Missouri State history. He got a little salty when I told him that, but he said that's the mindset I need to have. But yeah, I feel like just being a leader on and off the field and always knowing that you know what you're gonna get whenever I'm in the lineup.